Hello and welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below. In this video, I will be doing a live update on what's happened in the past few weeks and why I've been slightly AWOL. So, enjoy. So, I was recently involved in a car accident with my best friend and her mom, brother, and sister. For personal reasons, I'm leaving their names out, which I was gonna do anyway. So instead of calling them my friend's mom, which will get very irritating, I will call my friend's mom Jane, her brother Chase, and her sister Grace, and my friend Luce, just to make it a bit easier to explain. So I was staying at my Grace's place, Grace, Luce, and Chase, sorry, at their place for the night, and that this accident happened on the 10th of July, which was quite a few weeks ago, and I remember the day like choppy and changey. My memory's been like very bad since the accident. But I remember Luce and I having a full beauty spa day before we were waiting for Jane's installments in her bedroom to be finished. So we had to wait the whole day for them to leave. And around the time that we left, it was already time for me to go home. So we were driving, we stopped off at Bargain Basket first. Luce dragged me around the place because I had never been there before, and it was actually quite interesting to see. Then we stopped off at Jane's parents' place to pick up something and drop off something, and from there I remember like very choppy. Luce was sitting next to me on this side in when the accident happened, but I remember her sitting this side because I remember fixing her earring, but I don't remember the swap that we did. And then we drove and we got to a certain part in Westville. Cowie's Hill, by the N3, we are just about to go under the bridge, cross the first bridge and then under the other one, and just in between the bridge and going under the other bridge there was a stop street, and Jane was driving and this car just comes screaming and nicks the front corner on the passenger side quite badly. And from what a lot of people have told me, there were two cars hitting us, but I only remember the first blow, which means that I blacked out. But I remember that when the first blow hit us, that I remember grabbing Luce's leg, and because she has back problems and I was like scared, so I grabbed her and then I think I blacked out. The second car hit us and we were on the when I came to, we were on the opposite side of the road under the bridge, so our car went quite far and flipped. From what I remember, after I came to, I immediately felt an enormous amount of pain in my hip, So I shimmied myself back to against the seat and sat there. And then I felt that I was wearing heels at the time, and the heels have a buckle around the ankle and a thing like that. And my feet were out on top like this, but my feet were still in the bangle. So I took my shoes off and put them next to me. I remember Luce and Grace were crying, like I was so scared for them. And then I saw Chase was like basically levitated over the center console and like on um, Jane's lap, and he kept on saying, "I can't feel my legs," and I I think I went like pale because I have a good relationship with Luz, and with that I grew a very good relationship with her family. So I was scared for all of them. But Jane, she was a pro. She she also said that she blacked out. She came to, turned around to us. She was smiling. She says, "Everything's going to be okay. We're going to get out of this. We're going to be fine." She looked over to Chase. She says, "It's okay. Just breathe." And then she got out the car. She had cuts of her own. She had cuts on her hand, on her wrist. She had to get stitches. She had cuts on her forehead. They were like so bad, but she just like ignored the pain she was in, got out the car. She said to me, "Erin, I'll call your mom. It's okay. Just stay calm." I was just like, I didn't know what to think. My motion and my mind had just gone blank. I was just like, I can't believe this is happening. Why? I looked around the scene and I saw people who were just like stopping their cars and just like getting out. And this very nice gentleman came up to my side of the window and he checked on Chase and Grace and Luz and made sure that we were okay. Asked me if I can wiggle my toes because I said my hip was really sore. He pulled Luz out over me because she's sitting in the middle, and I was quite shocked that she can move with her back problems. And I kept on making sure, does she have her pump? Is she not having an anxiety attack? Is her sister okay? I was not worrying about myself. I was in enormous pain, but I wasn't worrying about them. I was so busy worrying about what they were doing. And the guy said, "Here, hold my hand." So I held his hand. He says, "Okay, squeeze, just to make sure that you're feeling okay." So I just like gave his hand a squeeze, and the whole time, through the whole process, that the EMTs came, the paramedics came, which they had to cut me out of the car because I couldn't be pulled through the window because I literally couldn't move my hip. I couldn't even lift my leg up. That's how much pain I was in. So they cut me out through the jaws of life. I was just like scared. So in between the process of the EMTs coming and everything, my mother and father came. I somehow believe that my dad, Hussein, bolted it to the scene because we live in Westville and we're at Cowie's Hill. We were just outside, so I think he just like really went for it. But mom says he didn't. He drove very nicely. He was very nice with her. She tells me he held her hand, made sure she didn't go near Chase's side, because it would remind her of when he was in an accident, because he was in a very hectic accident himself, and he just made sure she was okay, she was calm, and stayed away from there. And they cut me out, and I was wearing jean shorts, and the jeans have little loops, so they grabbed onto the loops of my belts to help lift me up and lifted me through the now open side, put me on a stretcher or something, and carried me. And the whole time they were carrying me, I felt every single movement. I had a drip in my hand. Which hand? It was this one. And they gave me something for pain, but I was still in a hectic amount of pain, and I just felt everything. I even felt them put me onto the bed that you get and push me inside the ambulance. I asked, is Luce okay? Is she calm? I saw she was on the phone. Is Chase okay? Because I was like freaking out. And then the lady in the ambulance, Paige, she put something in my drip that made me very loopy. Made me hallucinate slightly. I do not know what I hallucinated. I cannot remember anything from her putting the needle in, my mom calling my brother to make sure that he was okay, and after that, I cannot remember anything. I only remember coming to like 2 minutes, 3 minutes after I was in the emergency ward. I don't remember being taken in. So that was some very heavy drugs. So that I found quite amusing. And my mom got snuck in by the nurses. Thank you. She gave me my phone, which I gave to her at the scene. And yeah, it was just like crazy. I got taken for scans. They asked me in the scans room, can you move? And like, I cannot move at all. Thank God I had a sheet under me, and they lifted me on the sheet, put me on the thing. They had me take my pants off because it was the metal on the pants was interfering with the scan, and they made me take the under thing off because that was also, they took scans of my head, my neck, my spine, my legs, my arms, every single thing. And me being the very curious person, I looked at the screen that was in the room with me to see what the scans were, and I thought I saw my hip was completely out. I was like, oh god, my hip is out. No wonder I can't move. I saw Luce and Grace on the way in wheelchairs because they were gonna have scans as well. Then I saw Chase. As I passed him, I wanted to grab his hand and like give him a nice squeeze and say it's gonna be okay, but I didn't. I think it was just because I was in pain. I just told him it's gonna be okay. He was like crying. I was just like, this is crazy. And then they took me back to the emergency ward. I gave Mom my clothes. And then, yeah, we went to the COVID ward. I had a thing shoved down my throat. I nearly like threw up because it got shoved down my throat. I don't like things down my throat. No. So they did a COVID test on me. They took my blood a little bit later. The lady stuck a very thick needle put on my arm. I nearly died. It was like so thick. It hurt. And I just saw her taking 2 small little vials of my blood. I'm like, what the hell are you taking that? And a little bit later, nurse gave me some food, a nice buttery, toasty, warm chicken salmi. Chicken mayo salmi. That was really good. Very good. My phone was very dead, and I didn't have. Well, I did have my charger, but I didn't have a plug to stick my charger in. I stayed in that room for the night, and then I can't remember, in the morning or something, they transferred me to a different ward where I stayed for I don't know how many days. I cannot remember. I remember slight things of the time, and I remember my doctor coming in and out, the nurses coming in and out, checking my blood pressure every 10 minutes. And I was always the last one to get my blood pressure checked. And then, towards the end of my stay, I realized, ew, there's numbers on the plate behind me. The lady in front of me was 1-1. The lady next to her was 1-2. The one next to me was 1-3. I was 1-4. So I was like, oh, no wonder I'm the last one. And through the days, I had to have a catheter because I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't move. And then the doctor came in and said, okay, we're gonna try and get you out of bed, give you some exercises with the physio. I did exercises for the one day. Then the second time she came with a walker and got me out of bed. Most embarrassing thing, I had to carry my own catheter bag. Yeah, I just that's my pee. Why do I have to carry it? And then the next day, I did exercises again with the crutches. It was very, very sore with the crutches. I only got half the way I did with the walker. And then the next day I did crutches again, and each day I did the crutches, and I just improved. I started walking slightly better, still in pain, still sweating very badly. And then my doctor came in, checked on me, says, okay, do you want your catheter taken out? I was like, yes, please. Please take it out. So he left. The nurse came to take my catheter out. I was so happy because that uncomfortable thing was taken out. And then the nurse said, okay, don't get up, buzz us and we'll come so we can take you to the bathroom. The first time they put me in a wheelchair, it was very hard because the bathroom stalls were very small and I had to twist myself around. But it was so nice to finally go to the bathroom by myself and not have something else do it for me. And not in the 7 Seas hell, I know, was I going to do a number 2 in a bedpan. So when I went to the bathroom for the first time, needless to say, I was very relieved because my stomach was getting very sore. And yeah, I started going to the bathroom by myself. I remember the one nurse, she was so sweet, so cool. When I buzzed her and said, can I go to the bathroom? She's like, okay, do you want me to get your Lamborghini? I'm like, Lamborghini? What Lamborghini? And then she comes in with this weird purple device that they started using with me. I stepped onto the thing, it had bars on the side, a railing, and then movable seats. So I stood on the thing, held into the bar. They put the seats behind me and I sat down, and there was a bar by my knees so I can lean my knees. It was quite interesting and quite fun actually. It was so much easier to go to the bathroom, didn't make me turn around. And yeah, I found that quite amusing, her calling that my Lamborghini. So yeah, and yeah, the whole time I was there, I was bombarded with messages from my mom, my friend, my mom, and Mom got lost in the hospital because Chase and I were in the same ward, not in the same room, which sucked. I really wish I had someone to talk to besides the grown-up people that I was in the room with all the time. So yeah, she got lost when she was visiting him to like drop off something, or I don't know. She came to visit me. She gave me a hug. I was like so happy. I'm like, I missed hugs. I missed you. Also, and it wasn't the only time she got lost. And I would tell Mom, yeah, she got lost again. It was so nice to see her. And then when I had my catheter taken out, Mom was like, okay, do you need anything? I was like, yes, I need clothes, I need underwear, I need some essentials. So she was gonna drop it off and get lost with me, but she wasn't able to because the parking at the hospital, yes, there was parking, was $10 for 15 minutes. So she couldn't stay long, so she just dropped my bag off. I know when I saw the bag, I started to like cry a little bit. I was like really looking forward to seeing her. But I cried even more once I saw what was inside the bag. I had 2 pairs of clothing, 2 pairs of pants, underwear. She put books in there for me. Knowing that I'm a book geek, she put books in there for me and then proceeded to send me more books online. But yeah, and she gave me some cream for my dry skin, but I couldn't put on my very itchy leg because I had what's it called? Traction. Yes, I had to ask the peanut gallery what it was. Traction. It was like a little rubber thing on the side of my leg to keep my leg still so I don't move. So yeah. Needless to say, when I got that thing taken off, I was itching like there was no tomorrow. And I was so happy that day. The lady wheeled me out and I just saw this little black Polo come up the driveway, get a ticket, and come. I was looking at the car the whole time. And then as they got closer to the outside, Mother, the crazy woman she is, but I've got her genes. I'm crazy, I know. I love it. She was going like this in the car. And I was just like, I would do that too if I wasn't in pain. The lady pushed me by the car door. I got in and she wouldn't stop kissing the side of my face. I had makeup all over my face. I had to sit there for a good half an hour trying to rub this stuff off. And I got a phone call from Jane saying, when are you out? Are you coming out? I'm like, yeah, I'm out already. Mom won't stop kissing me. She's like, damn. And then Mom had something to deal with our psycho neighbor. I won't go into details because I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, we went home afterwards, and as per tradition, we played Home by Daughtry. Because my kitty Stiggles, who's sitting on Mom's lap at the moment, he had bladder problems twice, which means he had to stay at the vet for a few days, which is now he's on a special diet for. And when the first time she brought him home came on, and she was like, this is so fitting. And that's where the tradition came to play Home when somebody is coming home after a long time. Needless to say, I cried. My brother videotaped me. I wasn't very happy with him, but I was like, I didn't say anything because I was in pain. inside, the dog was being held because her tail was wagging so much. You just saw the little bum just like, I was like, okay. Yeah, and then I can't remember what day I came home, but I know I've been home for a good few weeks now. Recovery's been so good. I've been getting help from my mom and my brother, making sure that I'm going to the bathroom nicely, making sure I'm not hurting myself, playing games with them, watching TV with them, getting numerous phone calls and texts from Chase and Luce and Grace and Jane, which I'm like so happy because I don't think I would have got through any of this without my mom, my brother, and them, because they've just been like so supportive. And I know that Jane blames herself, even though mom and I have reassured her that it's none of her fault, which is very true. I know she still blames herself, which she shouldn't, and none of us blame her. I seriously don't blame her at all. She is literally Wonder Woman, like my mom. But as my mom's awesome gay friend once told me, even Wonder Woman had her faults, which is true. So, oh yeah, and in an accident I lost my glasses. So I'm currently wearing my sunglasses, which is prescription. And yeah, I'm waiting for my new pair of glasses to be made. So, just to say I'm half blind is an understatement. But yeah, this whole experience has just been a rocky road. It's been so crazy. And yeah, I just want to say thank you again to Jane, my bestie, and her two adorable, not so adorable siblings. They can be adorable, but they have their perks. I know Chase has his perks. The whole time in the hospital he was flirting with the nurses. Why? I wanted to hit him with my crutch. And apparently he's been walking without his crutches and hopping on his leg. Oh, I forgot about that. He had a broken femur because he was sitting on the passenger side of the car. But he was out before me in the hospital. I hit him for that. I wish I was up first. But yeah. At least all of us are doing much better. We're still working on it emotionally, physically, some of us. And yeah. And yeah. That family knows how to make me laugh. And yeah. I want to say thank you to them. Little Gracie gave me this. I've been using it as a pillow. Mom so kindly named this little cutie Rain. Reign. So cute, so fluffy, and so comfortable too. I'm happy that I got that. I also got a little card from Grace. I found that very cute. I got a little card. No, not a card. Multiple cards from Mom. But yeah. So they are to thank. My family is to thank. My animals are to thank because they kept me going. even though Destiny keeps jumping on me like a mad thing she is. Yeah. And I also want to thank my school. I deregistered from the school from this year to re-register for next year because I'm in grade 12, and my school's been so kind enough to let me just re-register and let me recover and heal so nicely, and they've been so supportive with everything going on with my neighbor, and yeah, so they are so helpful. I want to thank the prayer groups for praying for me and my friend's family. The Angel Connection group for sending their love, light, and angels. The very few friends that checked up on me when I posted that I was in an accident. Yeah. And again, my bestie's mom. She's amazing. She's a superstar. She shouldn't blame herself. Yeah. And yeah, just like everybody that checked up on me. And to Hansi and Jackie for constantly messaging me, and Mom making sure that I'm okay, making me laugh. Yeah. And my birthday is very soon. 18. With a hip problem. Oh well, it's fine. I'm enjoying myself, being pampered and all. And Stig wants to say hi. Yeah, he wants to say hi. Nope, he wants to go. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, that was my experience. And yeah, as hectic as it was, it's nobody's problem. I just couldn't ask for anybody better to take care of me. Deep breaths. Yes, Stig, love you too. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below. I hope you have an awesome day. Stig says hi. And take it easy, guys, especially with everything going on right now. So